Hello, everyone. This is Sean from Barry Digital Media, and I hope you are doing well. Today, I'm taking a second look at Resident Evil Requiem, and this is a game that I did a video on a couple days ago, but I noticed there's a few holes around the community side that I could have filled. So I'm gonna quickly jump into it and just go and see if I can fix those holes. So what I wanted to do first was just take a look at its Social Blade ranking, and we can see inside the report here that it did have a pretty big boost in the last in June time, but then also another one following. I imagine because of the release of the trailer, and then also just with the channel in general for Instagram, we can see that it's consistently getting positive amount of followers. So it does seem like this is a healthy brand altogether. And then if I take a look at their X page, we can see that there is a lot of community content that's being posted around it. Um, and there's a lot of discussion about who exactly is the main character, Gracie and Alyssa's face, and we can see that they're using some models there. And so there's a lot of discussion around that, a lot of discussion about the graphics inside of it. Apparently, there's a lot of talk about missing or some characters that they want to have come back in the next one. So on X, the engagement seems to be very high, and I think so far this is the best place that I'm seeing all of the feedback for Resident Evil 9. So if I were to make a recommendation, maybe on some social media ads, I'd probably target Twitter here or X. Anyways, moving on, and then we did cover the Instagram page yesterday, but one thing that stuck out to me yesterday, and I wanted to mention it, and I should have, is just these pictures here. This is an area that they could do better on. We're seeing that this picture is being cut out. All we can see is evil, but it should be more like this one over here where it says Resident Evil fully. And then there seems to be a lot of discussion on the Steam page about Resident Evil, and actually, this is, I think, where I first found some criticism about Resident Evil, and it's just that RE has lost its identity. So I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into this because I mean I've been enjoying the new Resident Evil games, but yeah. Anyways, so let's just check on the second page here, see if there's anything that catches our attention. Possibly some wokeness, but I don't think so. Not from what I've seen so far. Let's just take a look at one more. Okay. So, I mean, oh, here we go. Here's some. They said the game would be like RE7, but there is no full-fledged first-person view. It's a hybrid with a third-person view in cutscenes, and when monsters attack, it also switches to third-person view. Okay, so, I mean, there is some mechanics, but it doesn't really seem like it's a negative. It doesn't seem too negative, is what I'll say. So, of course, I'd bring that information to the developers, but I think it's one of those things where you have to play the game and then you really start to learn it, or really start to feel if it's done well or done badly. The game is awkwardly changing into third person after being grabbed in first person. Okay, here's a second one. So I guess this might be a pretty big issue. If, well, yeah, it's one of those things that you have to play to really know about it. But yeah, if you're taken out of the first person perspective and put into the third, it could be a problem. I'm not sure how much it's going to affect the outstanding sales of it, though. Usually when a trailer releases, there's usually some criticism, and that's what I'm finding here. But I'm not seeing any other anything else. Like, I'm looking for something that could negatively affect. So probably a good example is spoilers. In Last of Us, in the second season of the TV show, where something happens to one of the main characters, and it basically throws everybody outside of it throws everybody outside of the universe because it's just so unrealistic. Now, they could do that in Resident Evil 9 here, because people are talking about Leon, but it's all about execution and the context around it. So if anything, this is still good because it's encouraging discussion, and the encouraging the discussion shows that there's a lot of engagement with the recent release of the trailer. So here's another area where I'm a little bit concerned, is just on the Reddit Resident Evil page. Now, there are pinned highlights for the new Resident Evil game in the Gamescom, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of posts about Resident Evil 9 on the Reddit page. So this is a little bit concerning. It might be just the nature of this channel as well, that it's talking about a lot of different things, a lot of different Resident Evil topics mixed in with Resident Evil 9. And so here we go. We have one post here. Will we have frequent encounters with the Stalker, or will it be short? Some artwork. Discussion about some weapons. Okay, so that's good. The discussion seems to be okay. And this is a channel that I'd really focus on, because it does have over 900,000, let's say, subscribers in this channel. So it's something that I would definitely pay attention to. And then I took a look at some other forums as well, but they don't seem to be too active. But there's pretty much what we saw on the other channels as well. And then finally, I just asked ChatGPT what it's finding. Community response and early impressions: enthusiasm high. Fans were widely excited at the surprise announcement and the return to Raccoon City's horror resorts. First look reactions. Reviews describe the new installments as delivering addictive fear, with Gracie's vulnerability and the game's atmosphere earning strong praise. Critics highlight the shift away from action heroes towards emotionally grounded horror characters. Demo feedback. From Gamescom, players noted audio quirks. Gracie's heavy panting in first person became grating in prolonged sessions, though third-person perspective helped with immersion. Nostalgia wins. Many fans welcomed the decision against multiplayer, noting it aligns better with Resident Evil's survivor horror identity. So, good. There's some additional positive community feedback here. There's more talk about the third and first person, but it seems like it seems like a deeper conversation, and it's more about the quality of the product rather than the social media in the community. Well, still about the community, but it's more about the game itself. And then I think I did see one of these posts as well. Critics highlight the shift away from action heroes towards emotionally grounded horror characters. And I actually think that Resident Evil gets both of these inside of their game. So I'm not too sure about that criticism. Anyways, I hope that you like this edition, and yeah, please let me know if you like this kind of content, and if you like it, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.